some men think that they are like need to be put on a throne and women need to do everything and anything for them and then not reciprocate anything back, and that's just not
right. Those guys sound fucking awesome.
A relationship should have respect.
I kind of think that men are the prize, though.
I do too.
Of course. Why?
Well, so not all men are the prize, of course, but like I think typically, I think relationships tend to work better when the woman likes the man more than the man likes the woman. Yeah. Because like girls, right? If the dude's simping and doing too much, like you lose attraction. All of you guys, like a lot of you guys are chasing after, like let me ask you guys a question. And maybe it's not the case for some of you, but the guy that you really want, does he want you? Have you had that experience?
Yeah.
But
not want you in like.
Now,
I would hope so.
If you got him,
forever, like type way.
Would he be the prize? The guy that you really, really want. He would be the prize, right?
Well, I mean, vice versa as well.
Right.
Like,
whereas, I do think it's the case that when it went with men, like it's a better dynamic if the girl's kind of simping on us.
Yeah. Well, to follow that up, like all of you who said that you had a guy who you really, really wanted, right? Can you just give me a show of hands if the desirable trait was that you thought he was going to treat you equally? That's why you desired him.
No.
Wait, I don't
Go ahead, raise by a show of hands.
Can you repeat the question?
I know, I don't get
I'm like confused. Me too.
Is the reason that you desired this man because you thought he was going to treat you equally? Was that the trait that made you desire him?
Emotionally and physically?
That's a great question.
Because men and women, I feel like...
Yeah, however you think equal, whatever equal means to you. Was the reason you desired this man because he was going to treat you equally?
Yeah.
That's the reason why you desired him.
I mean, not necessarily the only reason, but there could be one of them.
It's like a factor,
It's yeah. I mean, there's not only one reason why I find someone attractive.
I'm asking is the primary trait of why you desired this man because you thought he was going to treat you equally.
No, you want a dynamic that makes it interesting. You want tension.
I feel like the man should
want a lot of
treat you better than you're treating him to like keep like to stay in it.
So the primary trait of this man that you desired was that you thought he was going to treat you better than you treated him.
Like no, that sounds awful.
That was,
but like,
I mean, for me, it wasn't even anything I considered. Like I just genuinely liked him as a person. So like it's not something like, oh, like I like him because he's gonna treat me good. Like it's not something I thought about.
Right, exactly. It's not an equal. So it's
but
not
then
about
once if they don't treat you good, I'm like, okay, now I don't like you. Like it's not like a determining thing.
No, they can treat you not good though, but it makes you want to work harder and be better.
But it's interesting that the desirable trait.
Make you better. Make them make you better.
The thing that makes you desire it or this person is not. It's not in your brain that the reason I desire them is because they're going to treat me equally. That's not what is moving you towards the desiring of the person. That's the point. So that's why Brian thinks that men are the prize, because if you desire them and you want to get them. And it's not in your head that,
so you're saying, like, are you saying I'd have
going to treat me equally, then they would be the prize, right?
I think women are more emotional and like we tend to like overthink more. So I think to stay in the relationship, men should like
women overthink.
I like to be told what to do because I don't have to make the decision.
I think women underthink.
Oh, okay.
Almost always.
But I think men should like the women more than the women like the man, because then I don't know I don't know.
Why?
Personal preference.
I mean, you can totally fact check me if I'm wrong. This is something I heard. I don't even know if it's completely accurate, but I have heard that relationships do better when the guy is treating the girl right. I could be totally wrong, but that's just what I've heard.
Yeah, which ones? All the big celeb relationships, when they're all crumbling, it's always like, I did everything I could for her. You treated her like gold, and she's just like, well, he wasn't fulfilling me.
Because they need to respect the person.
I didn't feel very fucking fulfilled, right? It's never like, oh, there was all these horrible things going on. I was like, I just wasn't fulfilled, and he's like, well, I did everything that I possibly could to fulfill her needs. It seems like if one party is more into the other party, right? In this case, the woman is more into the man. They seem to be more likely to stick around with the man.
No, I feel like I
And
liked
let's put it
my
to the
ex
test.
more than he
Let's put it
liked
to the
me, and
test.
then
Hang
I
on,
got
just ask.
cheated on.
We'll run an experiment right here, okay? And we'll see if this is the case or not. Would you prefer to have a man who could walk away from you anytime that they wanted? Or would you prefer to have a man that couldn't? Not that he
walk
will.
away. Could
just that
walk
he
away.
Hang on. Not that he will walk away from you anytime, just that he could. Would you rather have a man who could walk away from you anytime, or would you rather have a man that couldn't?
And he always chooses me.
Yeah, he chooses you.
I mean, yeah, if it's
but
for
he
sure.
could, but he could walk away, right? Would you rather have that or a man who couldn't?
Like you're saying, as a man who couldn't, you're saying as far as like you're the only option.
Yeah, that you're it.
I mean, I guess could, but
Yeah, could, right?
I would,
Okay.
like, no,
So
but, like-
who here would pick couldn't?
but like at the
Raise
same
your
time,
hand.
having someone,
Hang on. Raise your hand if you would pick couldn't.
I feel like having someone
None.
who
Not one
couldn't,
of you would pick couldn't. So you would
Having
prefer
someone
the man
who
could walk away.
having someone who couldn't, it would give you like the security, like it wouldn't give you like the fear and anxiety that someone's gonna leave you.
Then why would you pick the one that could?
I don't know what it would pick.
It's
You
inherent.
just
It's
said
in
that
your
you would pick the one that
DNA.
could.
If a guy wants to leave, he can leave. I don't care.
Have you
Yeah,
ever?
but that's not the question. So can
Yeah.
you
Have
repeat
you
my
ever
question so I
lost
know
like
that you know it?
attraction for someone because they were so into you?
No.
Like they were so into you that it was almost a turnoff. They were like, I need.
Yes. In like middle school, like middle school, like freshman year, but he was like really, really into me.
I think that happens with most girls. I think most girls get turned off when a guy is super, super head over heels for them, and they understand that they pretty much have all of the power in the relationship, and that he's really not going anywhere. That's where I've actually seen a lot of relationships fall apart, is in that situation. I think the guy, like, having the choice to leave or having the ability to leave the relationship is what ultimately keeps most relationships healthy. What keeps most
the idea
relationships
is basically
together.
that you would prefer to have men that other women desired versus having a man that no other woman except you desired.
I think people like having things that other people want. Is that
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
good way to put it?
I will
Yeah.
tell you that it is a lot different as a man walking around. If you're around attractive females, other women will automatically start reaching out to you more. And if you are in a relationship, you will actually get reached out to a lot more. There's something, I think it's called like the boyfriend effect or the girlfriend effect, where girls always want you more when you're in a relationship. And it's actually a lot of their friends.
I agree.
Yeah, it's because
absolutely.
girls see that and
Yeah.
they get jealous. They
Have you
want.
And same with guys too.
Yes.
Same with guys. It
Yes.
does happen. It
Yeah.
does happen.
It happens a lot. I've heard guys would wear, like, single guys would wear rings and to the bar, and then a lot of women would approach them.
Wait,
Just get hit
let's-
on.
But the problem,
crazy.
here's the problem in reverse, right? It's like every guy who's with a girl, that girl's going to be desired by other men, and that's a known. Doesn't even matter who the girl is, right? She could be like some 400-pound wildebeest, and some other men are still going to desire her. But that is not the case for men, right? It's not the case for men that other women are going to desire him. And so women have that as an advantage and men don't. That's why men who are desired by many women think of themselves as a prize, because they think that women who are desired by many men aren't, because, well, having sex with a man for a woman is usually just as easy as presenting yourself for it, right?
Also,
It's usually not any more complex than that.
Also, if we can even look at this somewhat mathematically, do you guys think, and I'm talking like in total, so like looks, personality, everything combined, do you think that there are more women who are attractive or more men who are attractive?
Women.
Like there's way more attractive women.
Yeah.
So if there's a smaller pool of like generally attractive men, then just the math, like there's men are going to be the prize then. Like if you're saying no to 90% of guys and guys only say no to 50% of women, then the guy who you are willing to get with, he's the prize.